I'll tell you one thing. If that's what following your gut looks like, I think I'll stick to following Jesus. But thanks anyways. But you cannot convince me that you've had cosmetic surgery and you don't suffer from low self-esteem. You can't convince me of that. You may convince someone else of that, but I don't buy it, okay? Hello guys, and welcome to another video. I don't think I've seen you for, it's either been a week or 2 weeks. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked, so I don't really know. I've been moving house, so it's been like really hectic, and then Wi-Fi issues. There's always Wi-Fi issues when moving, so even if I had content, I won't be able to edit it and use my laptop. So yeah. So anyways, in my last video was also an organize with me. You saw me taking things out of my clear drawer. I guess you didn't see me actually organize it, but that's because I didn't actually organize it. It's actually empty. And then everything was put into boxes, which you didn't see because I was moving house. So in this video, I am going to be just putting everything back into the clear drawers. I'm not going to show you that because you've already seen everything that was in there and all the stuff I threw away. So this is actually an organize and chit chat. I'll just be basically filling my cupboards again while we talk. And I wanted to talk about the launch of Love is Blind UK. Now, I don't know if I will continue to do like my own commentary. Is that the word? Commentary and give my thoughts and opinions about the show every week, because I don't know if I have that kind of time, honey. But since I have the time now, why not, right? So yeah, I was very much looking forward to the UK one. Obviously I'm British, so you know. Anyway, so I'm gonna get organizing. If I can open this box, we will talk. I can't open my box though, so this isn't a good start. This is not a good start. It's a lovely day today. Like, it's actually so beautiful. Like, I know you rarely see me like strappy tops, but it is hot. Anyways, as you can imagine, if you've watched it, and there's a ton of spoilers in here, so don't come on here and start crying about it, because there's a ton of spoilers on here. But of course, the most thing I really wanted to talk about was Sam and Nicole, because how could I not? If I just think about some of the other characters before I go on to them, Ollie is cool. Ollie and Demi. The only thing I will say is that they look like brothers and sisters. It's a bit weird. Like, they just look too close together. Like, they look like family. Like, it's a bit weird. I'm not saying they are family, but they just look like family. That's the only strange thing to me. Like, I quite like them both individually. And Demi's so lovely, but I just, together, it just looks kind of strange to me. I'm not gonna lie. The Mancunian, I don't know. He's alright, I guess. Whatever. I'm still sussing a lot of people out. And he took the girl with who is from Jersey. I thought, oh my gosh, she's American. I didn't know there was like a Jersey like somewhere close on the cusp of the United Kingdom. So random. There's not really many people that stood out to me, to be fair, even though there was a lot of interesting characters. But there was quite a few people who got proposed to, so that's good. Oh, Jasmine and the other guy who people, I don't know his name. What's his name? I don't know his name, but he's got a really funny accent and I can't figure out where it's from or where he's from. But people are saying he looks like Lewis Hamilton. Them two together, sure. I really thought she was going to be taller than him because he looks like super short. But you know, they're cute looking together. I'm not making really any assumptions on how the relationship would turn out. It's just a bit too early right now. There's probably someone else. Oh yeah, there's another couple, an older couple. I think the guy is like almost 40, and then she is she the Muslim? I'll say she was Muslim or from Morocco. I think he is with her. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on them yet, to be fair. Was it them who had that weird conversation about the fact that he was like, no, I don't want a stay-at-home wife. Is that what he said? No, stay-at-home mother. Stay-at-home mum. I didn't like that comment. I wasn't a fan. I didn't like that at all. I was like, why does it matter? If you love this woman and she's happy to stay home and look after your children, why would that be an issue? I think he said stay-at-home mother. I don't think he said stay-at-home wife. Maybe I'd understand it a little bit, just a little bit more if he said stay-at-home wife, but I think he said stay-at-home mother. Why would that be a problem? If you had the financial capabilities, why would that be an issue if she wanted to stay home? Do you not want your wife to be happy in whatever she does? I'm not saying this girl wants to be a stay-at-home mother. I'm just saying if she chose to be and wanted to be and you guys could do that, why is that an issue? I just don't get why you would be against that. Why wouldn't you support your wife with that? And on top of that, she's looking after your children. Anyways, everyone's so different. I don't know, I didn't like that comment. I'm a woman and I like traditional roles. So if I want to stay home 100% of the time and look after our children and we have the financial means to do that, then I'm doing that. If we don't have any children but we have the financial means for me to not work, then I'm going to do that. I don't understand what the problem is here. I don't understand why this is a conversation. And then who else? There was someone else that was like, oh, they don't really want to have kids. But I don't know who was that. I don't know what that was. They kind of had like a bit of a clash on kids. I just feel like for me, if you don't want kids, let's just cut this. Let's just cut this now. Let's not play around. Let's just cut this. You don't have kids, why are you wasting our time? If you're not going to change your mind and I'm not going to change my mind, why are we going to try work through this? Anyway, let's get to the main bulk of this conversation. I'm here talking and I haven't done one single thing. So, you know, let's do this. Let's do this. So, Sam. Let's start with Sam. Now, the first thing that caught my eye about Sam was, you know, when they introduce themselves, like, hi, I'm Sam, and they're walking down that lane thing. I don't know what to call it. One of the things he said, which I caught on to quite quickly, was he had a nose job, right? Fine. I'm not gonna lie, first thing I thought, low self-esteem. Cool. I'm sorry, but you can't convince me. You can't convince me. You may convince the world, but you cannot convince me that you've had cosmetic surgery and you don't suffer from low self-esteem. You can't convince me of that. You may convince someone else of that, but I don't buy it, okay? So I thought the first thing is he suffers from low self-esteem. Cool, that's fine, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's life, it happens. Love is Blind is probably not the show for you if you do suffer from low self-esteem, because, you know, you spend all this time talking to someone and they fall in love with your personality, then by the time it comes to them seeing you, how is that not going to make the low self-esteem 10 times worse? Anyway, so Love is Blind ain't for that. But going back onto Sam, I went onto a bit of a tangent. I was trying to say there's nothing wrong with low self-esteem, right? There's other people, and we've seen many other people from other Love is Blind episodes who have low self-esteem, right? So that was the first thing I caught. But then when I knew that this guy is not like a bad guy, but he's not genuine. I think maybe that's the word I should use, that he's not genuine, is when I think he went into one of his first dates and, oh my gosh, I'm gonna need some scissors. I forgot there's so much stuff like just wrapped in, what do you call it, bubble wrap. Anyway, he went on one of his first dates and one of the first things he said was beauty is skin deep. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're someone who's had surgery, especially on your face, and you make a statement like that, personally, I cannot believe a word you're saying. I cannot believe a word you're saying. You don't even believe the words that are coming out of your own mouth. If you really and truly believe that beauty was skin deep, why did you get surgery on your face? Why? For what? If beauty is only skin deep. You are chatting wet, my guy. Finally got some scissors. Anyway, that doesn't help because I really don't remember what we was talking about. And I was talking about him not being genuine, and also, yeah, being a liar. That's I kind of picked up on that as soon as he said that. So that was the first thing. And then you listen to his answers when people was talking to him, and it just seemed to be getting worse. I'm like, who talks like that? It might have been Jasmine. She asked him if you could write a book. Is it if you could write a book about yourself at 90? Or am I mixing that with something else? I think it was more like, if you could write a book Or if you looked back on your life when you was 90, what would the pages of this book say? Something along those lines. So you'd think he'd say, you know, well, I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm just kind of making this up. You know, I went to a really great university, and then, you know, I got into this really nice job, really high pay. I was able to buy my own house at the age of 25. You know, I then finally met my wife on this show, Love is Blind. Like, he could have been cute with it. Do you know what I mean? We got married. We decided that we was going to first spend our time traveling the world together and then have kids and settle down. You know what I mean? Like, specifics of what you would like your ideal life to look like. You know what my mum was saying? You're gonna read those pages, and those pages are gonna be full of love, and it's gonna like draw you in. He was just chatting so much rubbish. I had no idea what he was talking about. He was so vague, and he wasn't actually telling you what was in the book. He was telling you more like the genre of the book. Like, he was just so strange, and I was like, is he an alien who talks like that? And then I realized it's all his low self-esteem just playing out, because he lacks so much confidence in himself that he feels like he needs to say certain things to get the other person to like him, but he doesn't actually know what things he's supposed to say. So he's just using things that maybe he's heard in movies, read from books, just that kind of idealistic thing you would say if you was an actor in a film. Real life people do not say that crap. So I knew from that moment, okay, yeah, not only does he lack low self-esteem, but it's really playing out in a way that's really detrimental, okay? Because some people will fall for that foolishness. Thankfully Jasmine didn't. And then you have Nicole, who obviously did, saying all the quote-unquote right things. It's funny because you can say the right things without sounding, because that's how men manipulate women, right? You can say the right things without sounding like you're reading a script. But for Sam, it was so obvious that he sounded like he was reading from a script. I don't know how she didn't pick up on that. You know, guys say nice things to girls all the time, and it really can come across genuine. How do you think long distance relationships happen, where they be taking everyone's money, you know? Like, you know, like when you fall in love online to someone far away, and then, you know, all of a sudden they start asking for money, you start sending them money. I'm acting like I've been through this. I haven't, but you know, you hear a lot of those stories or whatever. You start sending them money because they are saying the right things, but they're saying it in a realistic way, where he sounded literally like a cartoon character. He didn't sound real. You know what I personally think's happened to my man, right? Sam, is that his name? I keep wanting to say Ben. There is a Benaiah in there, but his Sam, right? I think something bad happened to him. I don't know how bad, but I think something happened to him in his past, whatever that may be, something not too good. And he decided, you know what, I'm gonna get this whole new persona. I'm gonna get a nose job, I'm gonna get like a completely new personality. And that is what he is bringing out to everyone. So anyways, yeah, so he's giving cartoon character vibes. Very easy to pick up on. And Nicole, I don't understand her, because she's been married before, and I think that's like the biggest shock. And she's not that young, she's 29. I'm not saying she's old, I'm 31 almost, so I'm not saying that she's old, but she is old enough to know better, especially if you've been married before. I honestly don't know. Nicole, for me, was very confusing. Again, someone else with very low self-esteem, because she clearly needed Sam's words. She needed his fake words, but she needed his words. She needed to hear everything she wanted to hear. I don't know, maybe there's a lot more work that she needs to do. And yeah, definitely shouldn't be on this show looking for no husband. Girl, you are in the wrong place. You need to go back to basics and do ABC. I think trying to get married again is a huge no-no for you, Nicole. A huge, she shares my name, but a huge no-no for you. You need to take it easy, okay? Take it easy. This isn't for you, my love, okay? Maybe somewhere further down the line, but clearly you still have a lot to learn. You naturally think because someone's been married before, they have all this experience and wisdom. Well, well, what is it she says that people tend to say? She followed her gut with Sam. That's why she didn't go with Ben, because she followed her gut. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If that's what following your gut looks like, I think I'll stick to following Jesus. But thanks anyways. I hate that saying. I hate the saying of follow your gut, go with your heart. What? The thing that deceives you the most? That is what happens when you follow your gut. That is what happens when you follow your heart. There's actually a Bible scripture that says something like, something to do with your heart is deceiving, but who would know it? So the reason why you shouldn't follow your heart is because you actually cannot tell when your heart is deceiving you. So you're not actually supposed to follow your heart. You're supposed to follow Christ, but I guess if you don't follow Christ, you're gonna follow your heart, and that's what it looks like. Stupidity. Okay, stupidity is when you follow your heart. But anyways, never mind. So we'll move on from that. She doesn't pick Benaiah because Benaiah said he wasn't ready. I think with Benaiah, my issue with him is we're on Love is Blind, bro. There's a time limit. We haven't got time for you to be ready, right? You either are going to do this now in the time slot that Love is Blind has given you to engage, or you leave the show. So telling Nicole, I'm not ready. What are you waiting for? The clouds to come down. Everyone goes into this uncertain. Like when they ask someone to marry them, everybody is uncertain. How could they not be? They may like really be into it, but there's always going to be some doubts because obviously of how the process happens and how quick it came about. But you still have to make a choice. That doesn't give Nicole the excuse to be like, well, he didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but Sam told me everything I wanted to hear. That does not give Nicole the excuse. I'm just saying Benaiah messed up for sure by saying I'm not ready, because I just don't know what you're ready for. Because I mean, I don't know what he was waiting for, because as soon as he realized Sam was gonna make a move after Jasmine kicked him to the curb, then he was ready to be like, okay, I want to now spend my life with you. I'm sorry, you should have said that before, right? But it's fine. I can give Benaiah the benefit of the doubt. He was single since 2012, so you know he'd been through it, okay? And he took his time, so, you know, I'm not too mad at it because he just wanted to be sure, and, you know, that happens sometimes. So, yeah. And also, can we pick up the fact that when Jasmine kicked Sam to the curb, my man went back to the, you know, the lobby area or wherever the guys stay, quarters, and he was like, well, beggars can't be choosers. That's what he said. Beggars can't be choosers, so I'm gonna go with Nicole. And then can we also bring up the fact that not only Benaiah told Nicole about this dude, Jasmine also told Nicole about Sam, and she chose to ignore it. She chose to ignore it. So did she deserve what she got? Well, yeah, she basically did. I have no issue with Nicole. She seems alright, you know. But when you make decisions, unfortunately, you're going to, what is it? Reap what you sow? Yeah, you basically reap what you sow. So the outcome is what she deserved. It's unfortunate, and it's not a nice thing to say. My husband said I shouldn't say that, but it doesn't make it less true because I should not say it. That's what happens. If someone works really hard and they get a promotion in their job, then they deserve it. If someone makes dumb decisions and then something bad happens from their dumb decisions, well, then they deserve it. I'm not saying they can't turn it around and do better, but you have to learn from your mistakes. And the only way you're going to learn from mistakes is by going through the consequences and then starting again. That's just life. Okay, we're past that. We need to get now to the proposal. Proposal in the pods. So he obviously continued with his stupidness, whatever he says, his fluffy words that he got from a book or a movie. She says yes. Then he says, oh, I think I love you. And then you see her whole demeanor change. Like, this is the moment I know I messed up. You know, like literally from that moment he said, I think I loved you. It's like something went off in her brain. Something just went off because her whole demeanor just changed. It just went, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to say, honey. I don't know what to say, right? And even when she left that room, she went and sat down. Like, I don't feel like she was sad because of Benaiah. I feel like she was sad because I just said yes to this guy went with my gut, and now he just said, I think I love you. Now, obviously, these people actually don't love each other, even if they say I love you. But at least you think you love them. Do you know what I mean? At least you think you love them enough to want to propose to them, right? But to be like, I think, like, why would you say that? But obviously, as a cartoon character, we've been through this. And then obviously, she went and explained to Benaya, so on and so forth. Yeah, I don't give her the benefit of the doubt in this one. She chose stupidity in this situation, and there's just nothing we can do about it. So after that happened, it then comes to the reveal. Yeah, I think it just gets worse and worse, really. It literally just gets worse and worse. I am now on the second box. These drawers are gonna be so empty, which is good. It's a good thing. Anyways, so yeah, the last bit I wanted to talk about was the reveal. Before they did the reveal, I'd already come to the conclusion, because of Sam's attitude, his characteristics, just the way he was, that he wasn't really into black girls. It's a personal opinion, and being brought up in a white school, you can just tell, like, some white boys are just not into black girls. It is what it is. Some people think that's a racist thing. I don't. Like, preference is a thing. Like, you don't have to be into a certain race. A lot of black girls in the UK, or black women in the UK, tend to stick within their own race anyway. But just because a guy dates outside of his race doesn't make him not racist. Like, you don't even know why he dates outside of his race. I think we're just very like, oh, black and white. Well, no, not necessarily. If I want to only date black guys, it's not because I'm racist. It's just because I only want to date black guys. Don't think about it too much. I just feel like some people was like, Sam was racist because he wasn't attracted to Nicole. I'm just like, well, first of all, he may have just not been attracted to Nicole just because of herself, even though she's really cute, obviously. She's a really cute face. But that's my opinion, right? Like, just because I think she's cute doesn't mean Sam thinks she's cute. But also, I just don't think, I don't get the vibe from Sam that he's into black girls. Doesn't make him racist. You're gonna have to fight with someone else about it, because I just don't believe it. I just read that somebody said that, and I just thought it was a bit weird, because I didn't pick that up from that situation at all. Whereas Nicole strikes me as a girl who would date outside her race. Even though a lot of black girls tend to stay within their race in the UK, Nicole doesn't strike me as that kind of person. Look at the first season. And again, I don't remember their names, but the black girl that got with the scientist. Such a beautiful couple. They really do complement each other. She was also feeling some type of way because he was a white guy. Does that make her racist? No. There's just some people you go for and some people you don't go for. Whether that be a whole race, whether that be a specific group of people, for example. Like, you know, as a Christian person, you're not supposed to date outside your religion, right? So does that mean you're now against everybody else? You won't date a Muslim because you're a Christian, so now you're an Islamophobic. Like, it's ridiculous. We all have preferences. It's just life. Now, again, with the reveal, the reason why, another reason why I believe he's not into black girls, because as soon as he's seen her, before he'd even fully clocked all her attributes of what she looks like, he already said, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Like, he was convincing himself, like, oh my gosh. Not also do I know this is not going to work, she's also black. But you know what, this is all going to be okay. Because with Sam, I just feel like he's trying to stay on the show. Like I said, I don't think he's genuine. He lies through his teeth, and because of his lack of self-esteem, it causes him to do hurtful things to other people and also himself. He was like, everything is gonna be okay. And one of the first things he said to us, so what do you think? And it's like, because he needs the validation. I think he came on this show just to get fame, so the world can validate him. That's all it is with Sam. He just wants acceptance in life. He just wants to be accepted for who he is, whoever that is, because he's putting on this persona. I don't know who the heck you are, and that ain't your nose, so I don't even know what you look like, really. But it's this whole perception of like me, like me, like me, I want you to like me. And so everything he does is out of wanting people to like him, and it doesn't matter how it affects other people. That's why it's so detrimental. And then, yeah, it was just a bit awkward, obviously. I think reveals are awkward anyways. I didn't realise how tall he was, or maybe how short she was. I was like, whoa. And then he made a statement about her boring brown eyes. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And then he said the thing that all demons say. he said, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Like, never ever trust someone who says trust me, because usually you trust someone on your own. You don't need to tell someone to trust you, you know? It's like saying, oh, I'm a really humble person. Why would you say that? If you was humble, you don't need to say you're humble. People will know you're humble. Or it's when guys say, you know, I'm an alpha male. Okay, alpha male. You don't need to say you're an alpha male. Alpha male isn't something you say, it's the type of person you are. People can see that you're an alpha male. You won't say you're an alpha male. And so when it comes to trust, you don't need to convince someone to trust you, because you're already naturally trustworthy. But obviously, as we know, Sam is not trustworthy, so he needed to convince her to trust him. And I think he was saying trust me because he didn't want her to break it off, because I don't know, he must have seen her demeanor and how she was and realized, oh my gosh, there's a possibility that she's gonna break this off. And I think so much was going on in his mind, he just wanted to get to the next part of the show. He's like, don't mess this up for me. Do you know what I mean? It's going to work out, trust me. And honestly, it was just so cringe. It was so awkward and a desperate cry for help. I'm just a boy that wants to be loved by a girl. I'm telling you, he's a cartoon character. He's not he is not real. Like, what are you saying? Why are you saying these kind of things? Low self-esteem. These shows are dangerous for people like him. These are real people, and you out here messing with people's real feelings and emotions because you haven't accepted yourself, so you're trying to get everybody else to accept yourself. And so that's Sam's whole agenda, is trying to get liked by the public, trying to be accepted, trying to get validated. And obviously it just flipped on its head, really, didn't it? Because I think everyone just sees him as a psycho. He's not psycho, he's suffering. He's just suffering, basically. And he needs, yeah, he just needs help. Anyways, guys, I've said a lot. I've been here for a while. I've been interrupted a lot. So this video's taken way longer than I wanted it to be. If you've watched the first few episodes of Love is Blind UK, then definitely let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I don't know if I'll continue to do this commentary. I just don't know if I'll have the time and just be able to do it in general. But I really did enjoy watching. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the next episodes and where it goes from there. Guys, I will see you on my next video. Bye.